I interviewed John from Simul Subs. He's the owner of Simul Subs. And I've always wanted to interview like an owner of a business to kind of, see exactly, what you do as an owner.
Okay, and how did you go about contacting that person?
I've known John for some time now, so it was really easy to contact him. He doesn't have a business too far away from here, and I've known him for a little while. I try to contact him once every 2 months at least to say hi and whatnot.
Okay, and was it difficult to arrange a time or place to meet?
No, it was pretty easy. Like I said, I contact him once or twice every 2 months or so. So it was really simple. You just go to his work and interview him. He's a real nice guy. He's a real funny guy too. So it was pretty simple to contact him and meet him at his place and do an interview.
And how do you think the interview went?
It went well. It went really well. Like I said, he's a funny guy. So it was really cool to interview him. He got off topic, a little bit and stuff because he's humors me and everything. But it was really, really fun though.
Okay, and what went well, and were there difficulties?
Everything went really well. Like I said, we got off topic a little bit, but interviews do that sometimes. Make it more fun. But everything went well. I learned a lot about what it takes to be an owner of a business, rather than not just the cashier, the cook, or the manager. To be the owner, you have to have the answer for everything. So I learned that, and that went really well. There's not really any difficulties. Only difficulty was the fact that he pretty much explained to me the new rules with the COVID thing and how customers complain about people being in his business and things like that. With the whole COVID thing going on, where you're allowed to have people in your business, but people don't agree with people being in your business. So as long as we stayed, across the table from each other, we sat next to each other, everything went really well.
Well, good. And analysis of the interaction, verbal and nonverbal?
Verbal-wise, it was good. We always kept talking the whole entire time. There was no, things where I had to, think of something to say or whatnot. Everything was really good verbally. Non-verbal wise, you see his emotion in his face. He's always smiling. He's a smiley guy. You can tell he loves what he's doing. He talks a lot with his hands too. He's a really awesome guy. Non-verbal wise, he had a lot of expression, and you can tell he was really excited not only to be at work that day, but always just to work there every day.
That's good. And how did you adapt to unforeseen twists or interview responses?
Yeah, so like I said, we went off topic a little bit. Just talking about other things too. When you own a business, there's a lot of things you got to do. Not only are you worried about the business, 24/7, but then you also have stuff outside of work, family things and everything. So it was just that interaction.
Okay, and did you discover anything about the career that makes you want to change your career or education plans?
Not really. It was just something to fall back on. It's something. If it came up, I'd take the opportunity to possibly own my own business. There's a lot of challenges. He explained to me a ton of challenges that it comes to owning your own business. So it is something that would be a little bit tougher, but it's worth it in the end. He talked to me about, money-wise you can make off of it. And then just the hard part about it is you own everything. So anything that happens to the business itself, you're responsible for. Anything that happens within the business or on the property of the business, you're responsible for. Whether you did it or not, you are still responsible because you're the owner. So it is something, I get to think about. If an opportunity comes up, why not? For sure I'd take it. I think I'd be a great owner of a business and running it. So it is something, I am thinking about.
Sounds good. And the last question, did it confirm that you are on the right career path?
Yeah, it does. His main thing is business, obviously. I'm not necessarily going for a business degree, but it is something that, I could fall back on and doing some sort of business degree. A lot of people even tell me all the time, they're like, yeah, just go for the business degree because it's something that you can always, do on, whether it's a side or if your career path doesn't work out, you can fall right back on that business degree. And he pretty much told me the same thing. Go for that simple business degree and then go for what I want to go for. Of course, that would be more schooling. Not my fan. I'm not a fan of schooling that much. But it makes a lot of sense to do that business degree. So if you want to get into management, you want to get into ownership, when the opportunity pops up, you have, I can do this. I went to school to do a business degree. I can do this if I put my mind to it. So, it's something for sure that, I could possibly do in the future.
Sounds like a good plan.